I know I'm usually the bearer of bad news, but not today. Today I have some fantastic news to report. We've won another Fight the Fines case in Australia.
And if you're going to call the don't resist, man.
Give me my purse!
What this case has highlighted to me is a real urgency for the New South Wales Police, and in fact police in other jurisdictions, to roll out an extensive education program for their officers, not only with respect to the public health laws, but with respect to the common law and the Australian Commonwealth Constitution. These are important considerations for the police when they're pursuing or investigating these types of matters.
That's right. Do you remember DJ Barker, who was pulled out of a shopping mall in New South Wales for not wearing a mask? She had an exemption and police that day apologised, and I gave them credit for doing so. But as you remember, the world was shocked when the very next day those same police officers went to her house to issue her an infringement, a fine, for the very same incident.
Do anything if you don't want to,
Yeah.
but anything you do say or do will be recorded, and that record may be used in court. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys helped fund our exceptional lawyer Manny from New South Wales, who went to bat on her behalf, who went to fight the fine at fightthefines.com.au. Well, officially, police have now withdrawn that fine. Now, we're about to talk to both DJ and Manny, but before we do, I want to thank each and every one of you who made it possible. Without you, we couldn't afford to pay Manny's fee to defend DJ. Fightthefines.com.au. Thank you. And please, the more we get, the more we raise, the more Aussies we can fight for. So fightthefines.com.au, and you will see your contribution will get real results. They already have. We haven't lost a case yet, and I truly believe we won't lose one. We're not paying these fines, we're fighting them. Fightthefines.com.au. Police are watching very closely what we're doing here at Fight the Fines, because they're seeing that they're being tested. Their infringements, their unlawful infringements are being tested, and they're falling like dominoes. DJ, what would you like to say to people around the country and around the world who contributed to cover Manny's fee?
I couldn't thank everyone enough for the amount that they've chipped in or supported, or because if it wasn't for them and, you know, the platform like you guys, I wouldn't have been able to fight this, and I wouldn't have had, you know, I guess the great outcome that we've had today in regards to, you know, the right thing and the law and the way things are supposed to work in our community. And, you know, yeah, just I'm more than happy. I can't explain. I'm excited. Well, yeah.
It's our absolute pleasure. It's exactly what we set out to do. And the more people that jump on board to help us at fightthefines.com.au, the more successes we can have like yours, DJ. What would you say to people who have copped these fines, who are a little bit intimidated by the fact that the state has, you know, essentially persecuted them, unlawfully issued them a fine? What would you tell them? Should they just cop it, or should they stand up and try fight it?
No, I think that they should definitely stand up and try fight it.
We do have rights in this country, and thanks to lawyers like Manny, who have been an absolute blessing to our country at the moment. Thank you, Manny, on behalf of everybody that contributed to DJs and everybody that will contribute to ensure we can take on as many more cases as we possibly can, to fight for as many Aussies as we possibly can in DJ's situation. What was the process? How did it go?
Well, first thing we did was, before the matter even proceeded to court, we decided it'd probably be prudent to make some representations to the officer in charge. What happened is we prepared our representations, which were actually quite lengthy. We sent that to the officer in charge, and apparently that set of representations ended up on the desk of the Detective Chief Inspector of Police at Tuggerah Lakes Local Area Command, who contacted me and advised that the matter is now on his desk and he will deal with it personally. He then sought, from what I understand, evidence from the officers, and subsequently came back with his decision to withdraw the penalty altogether.
And people need to understand that the process itself is the punishment. Many people can't afford a lawyer, and that's a point of fightthefines.com.au. That's why we've been crowdfunding these sorts of cases, because even though DJ there was right from the beginning, and most people, anyone who watched it, would believe so, but preparing that evidence to present to the police, to the prosecution, it's not cheap. Sometimes, often, it costs more than the fine itself. But it's the principle, isn't it, Manny?
Well, absolutely. It requires an intricate explanation and exploration of the common law, which is a long established tradition in this country, as well as, of course, a deep understanding of the Constitution of Australia.
If you love this concept of us crowdfunding to fight these outrageous COVID fines down under, firstly, like, comment, and share this report. Let people know what's happening, that we're fighting these fines and we're winning. Then head over to fightthefines.com.au and contribute whatever you can afford, because every dollar counts. The more we have, the more Aussies we can fight for. Fightthefines.com.au. We're in it together.